Hey guys, it's Master Dave again, and here we are with Warrior Wisdom, episode 6. And today's topic is, we're all still beginners. That's right, we're all still beginners no matter how hard we train. So I'm taking this lesson because I was teaching a class last Saturday, and it was my group of students going for their black belt test in about a week here at our martial art training center. Now, it's a grueling test because they trained about 4 to 5 years, some of them, maybe longer, and now they're putting everything together and they want to be black belts. They want to make that happen for themselves, and they've earned that right to go there. And I say the only thing now is you have to complete a 2-day camp. They got to train like for 6 hours on a Friday and about 9 hours or 10 hours. So altogether it's between 12 to 20 hours. And it culminates with them receiving their rank. And I say at this point the only time you can fail is if you just quit. That's it. You just walk away because you think it's too far. It's the only way you're going to fail at this point. You've made it. The people who are with you in your white belt class, they're not here anymore. It's just a few of you. And that's the way it works. Things happen in life. Things go that way. So why am I saying at the beginning? Well, I had this one girl, and she's a good student, you know, and you know, she has challenges like everyone else. And certain things are a challenge for certain students. And she was trying to break this board with a back kick. And it just didn't happen the first time, so she got frustrated. So I'm going to come back to you. And I told her what she needed to do, and she did it. And she broke the board, but she was so disappointed in herself that she didn't do it in 1 or 2 tries. Now, board breaking physically teaches us a couple things. This is where the warrior stuff comes from. It teaches us to focus, it teaches us to get stronger, it teaches us to have resistance, it teaches us a lot of things. Now, I'm a firm believer in board breaking, but doing it the old traditional way I used to do it. Now, what I mean by that, I really don't like when I go to tournaments and I see that they take the wood boards, and they're the standard pine I get at Home Depot, so a little stronger than the wafers that you can buy online. And they'll put a spacer between a pine board. So basically, if this was like a 10-inch pine board, you put another one, but you put 2 like pencils there, because it's supposed to make it easier. But for me, I do that with bricks because that's a brick, okay? And you do have to have focus, even though you're using gravity and inertia to help you break the rest of the brick. You've got to have focus. You've got to be able to push through and go through all that. You can't just have like a spacer and it's going to be a miracle. But wood is a little different. So I've always learned 1, 2, 3, stack of my record's 5 boards, no spacers, and you know, it's a harder thing to do, but it's more realistic than what I see out there. Now, why am I getting at that? We want to train ourselves physically. The board is like punching a bag. It gives us resistance, so our body understands how the technique is supposed to be. It gives us an idea of what pain can be and how to overcome that pain. Now, I told this student, I said, it doesn't matter it took you 5 tries to break the board. It doesn't really matter. You know, in the old days, yeah, we have to do it within the first 3 shots, and my instructor said, you do it on 1 shot because I don't want you embarrassing me. That's what it was back then. But in reality, you're not really, it doesn't really matter. It's an obstacle. We're trying to overcome an obstacle. We don't always overcome our obstacles in the first try or the second or third try. Sometimes it takes a couple tries. So you overcame an obstacle, and I reminded her of the term Cho-Dan, you know, first degree black belt. But really, Cho is beginner, not first. Il is first. If you notice on certification, they don't say Il-Dan, I-Dan, Sam-Dan, or in Japanese it's slightly different. I'm using Korean terms. It's Cho-Dan, I-Dan, Sam-Dan. Philosophically, Cho-Dan, beginner, because you are starting as a martial artist, I told her. You have just begun to start. So who cares that obstacle took you 5 tries? You overcame your obstacle. You overcame the obstacle physically to get to this black belt promotion test. And that's why I believe in board breaking, brick breaking, and the process of becoming a black belt done the right way. That's our Warrior Wisdom topic this week, guys. I hope to see you soon next week. Have a good one.